Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Bill, if you're talking, you're muted.
Full house today.
Uh-huh.
I forgot I rebound that key. My bad. But hello, folks at home. It has been a small while, about a fiscal quarter or so. So it's very good to have you
It's been
back.
quite that long, but it's been like
It's been 3 months.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess it has been.
Yeah,
It's
sorry
been-
guys, we had to move it to Q1 for taxation purposes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's
been a while.
just like it was just one thing. We were talking about it a little bit before we started, but yeah, it's been like one thing after another. Everyone's had stuff to deal with, and I've been sick recently, which has just extended it. So, yeah, nobody's bad in particular. Just we needed some time off.
I've
Basically,
been
no one
busy
was available.
in the American election. That's what
Yeah.
I've been doing.
Not again.
University. Yippee.
Always fun.
Schoolwork,
So-
illness, or espionage, or no matter what the reason, we're now finally back, right in time for episode 69.
Yippee.
No.
Pause for effect.
Yippee.
Whee.
Yippee!
Uh-huh.
Nice.
For fuck's sake.
And that's out of the way. Well, it's been quite a while since we last had an episode, so perhaps it would be pertinent to recap. Mark, did your AI friend get anywhere with that recap you said it was doing, or was it just
Yeah.
kind of shuffled itself
Yeah.
into a corner and brained itself?
No, she's done something. So for people who don't watch my show, I have an AI assistant who's a communist AIOC. And, she watches everything that I do. So this week she's prepared the recap of the last episode, which was, as we said, a quarter ago. So hopefully it'll be enough to remind us. Let me know pretty quickly if you can't hear it. Here we go.
The people struggle against divine corruption. The battlefield was not going well. The Eon Giant, a bloated relic of a bygone era, flash boiled like a capitalist in a worker-run startup. Meanwhile, the Spud Kid, those eternally confused peasant potatoes, decided the best strategy was to hurl themselves into the dirt and hope for the best. Revolutionary spirit? Lacking. Commitment to the bit? Impeccable. Then came the celestial tax collector, the divine emissary, an overpaid bureaucrat of the cosmic bourgeoisie, with a simple but infuriating demand. Kyle's call for red rumbles, no middle ground, no coalition government, just pure undiluted theocratic gatekeeping. The party debated. They rolled dice. They engaged in high-stakes theological bargaining with all the grace of a black market ration negotiation during a 5-year plan. And finally, in an act of desperation, one of them yelled, "Kyle, help!" The sky trembled. The storm coiled inward. The laws of reality briefly considered unionizing. This was the moment. And then radio silence. Did Kyle hear them? Was he busy? Was the celestial switchboard clogged with unpaid prayers? Find out next time, assuming divine intervention isn't subject to austerity cuts.
That's it.
What?
That's what
That
she
was
said.
very concise and surprisingly robust.
I'm concerned.
Very.
Might want to keep an eye on that AI just in case.
It sounds like the Bible abridged.
Very heavily abridged, but yeah, you're not wrong. Just a theological debate somewhere in the wasteland. Mistakes were made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mistakes were made.
Next thing you know, your investment in gold goes downhill. And you have to eat the damn stuff. It's gonna be real hard in the second edition of the Bible where everyone's gonna have to grind down their cryptocurrency wallets. And snort their
Grind on the
fine terrible
graphics
line.
card.
Oh.
Half
I
the
was
dust
listening
out of the GeForce GTX.
At least you can't
I was
money.
listening to a podcast the other day, and it was from like 2014, 2015. And they were talking about the Millennium Bug. And there was this one couple in America who, they sold all of their property, like collective a 6 months worth of spam, like, and all of this stuff. And, you know, the hosts were like laughing at how ridiculous that was. But then it said that they converted their $38,000 savings into gold in 1999. Like, so, you know, that'd be worth so much now. Like, a quarter of a million
True.
pounds. So
Oh,
maybe
damn.
those
The
idiots.
early 90s were
Are
kind
the
of a
geniuses.
dip for the gold market, weren't they?
Mhm.
Yes, but it's been climbing ever since.
Yeah, so they bought low. And
Yeah.
they're flush now. Especially go back to a new gold standard.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny though, because they were saying like, "Oh, what are you going to do in the apocalypse? Eat gold? Oh, gold's going to be valuable forever. The aliens come here for gold."
So what you can do, eat gold? Well, it worked for the Israelites after one little mishap. C'est la vie.
Actually, if
Now,
I
that's-
recall correctly, they were forced to eat it. But, and details.
When God appoints a dietitian, he does not fuck about.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, be that. Theological jokes aside, let's get on with the show. As when last we left off, I do recall that there was a moment of, shall we say, a divine presence among the party. As someone calls out for help, everything goes completely still. And the tear storm above is just as quickly as it must have appeared, snuffed out as the entirety of the sky turns black.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The entirety of the clearing in which this fortress is built, what remains of its shattered carcass, goes completely still.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
The
That's
smell
not
hits you first.
foreboding at all.
The smell is a mix of that sharp, smelling salts ammonia smell. It cuts right behind your eyes, through your sinuses, and burns its way through your head. You can feel it writhing like angry maggots behind your eyeballs. And that's not the only one. It's now joined with this bizarre chemical smell like nothing you've ever experienced. This burning sensation throughout your whole being. And there's a distant noise, but not far away. As if it were coming from somewhere within your own person, within your head, but in a place so deep, it's as distant from you as you are from the horizon. That's quickly being smothered by the dark.
Sorry. I'm having problems with Roll20. It's like crashing. I didn't mean to hit that.
Oh, roll 20.
You
Yeah,
hear
it's fun as usual.
bells.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Hell yeah.
Naturalizers is coming to town.
From the sky, you can see slim little cracks of light. It's like the entirety of the sky is shattering in slow motion, like a million lightning bolts are coursing across it.
Way.
And you finally get a view on what it is you're looking at as your eyes squint against the horrid odor, and you can just make out the hundreds, thousands, beyond counting limbs. Bone
cool.
white. The texture of porcelain.
Hmm.
Just completely silently, by that distant tolling, hundreds of thousands of limbs reaching down from the heavens. The ground around you begins to freeze. The morass of wet mud that was drawing in entire trees suddenly hardens like glass. It's like one eternal mirror stretching across the countryside, smothering to death in its frosty grasp every single plant it can reach.
Ugh.
And it
All right, so
reverberates with the tolling.
So, quick question, just to recap. Where is my character at this point? Because he wasn't in this last final battle before this all went down.
You are currently being shunted out of an extra-dimensional space in Mr. Chubbs' hat.
Ah! Greetings.
You find yourself being flung out beside our local lycanthrope onto the roof. Just pop yourself down here.
Where is there?
Oh, hang on, I'll throw you down.
Okay. Ah. Right there. Okay.
So, looking up into the sky, does the phenomena appear to be evil? What is unfolding?
Are you using Detect Evil by any chance?
I cannot turn it off.
Ah,
It is always
don't
on for
worry.
me.
Everyone in the party with any kind of magic relating to divine magic specifically, please roll a perception check.
All right.
Hmm.
Or a religion check, or
I just
whatever your best knowledge is.
Let me
I'll
see
throw
if
out
my
religion as well,
readers
then.
is behaving.
Okay, so knowledge or
said
perception.
you said there
Mhm.
was limbs coming from the sky. Does that include
Yes.
legs?
Only
No, that's
hands, currently. Or something that looks like hands, at least. Okay, we're not running D10,000 rolls for this episode.
Okay, I was gonna say oof.
Because it would descend this situation too fast, and you really can't afford to be having catastrophic effects in this situation. So, in the interest of time, and earnestly in the interest of survival of the party,
In the interest of us not going on another 3-month hiatus.
yes. Okay. Anyone with divine magic, the voice of your god is silent. Anyone with divinely, if you gain magic from your god, you are cut off from them. What you have on you is what you have.
Oh shit.
You cannot. You kind of pass out your, as if you're trying to actually project. You try and cast out your mind towards your patron, and you're just met with nothingness. There's just an infinite void.
How does that work with my
Hmm.
dead god bones?
That's all. That power's all your own, so it's
Oh,
you still have
yippee.
access to it. But the sensation is immediate fight and flight response. Your body just naturally just courses adrenaline through your veins, more so than ever before. You can feel like your heart's about to smash through your chest.
Okay, so, if I wanted to
Look-
make a roll related to the blood magic that I know, it's not that much. How would I incorporate that to a knowledge check?
It would just be. I'll just let me know if you're calling that information, and I'll factor it in at my end.
Okay.
Before you know, if anyone's got knowledge planes,
All right.
those of you with extra-dimensional spaces have just ceased to function.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Those of you, well, thankfully, Baz got 24, and with the help from a little help from his friends, it bumps up over that. Baz,
Yes.
you are in a domain.
Ah.
You are with this entire area has been dragged off of the material plane.
Right.
Tolling is where this little transitory plane buffers onto another domain belonging to something substantially more powerful than you.
And judging by what's transpiring, I don't think it's very good in nature.
I'll put it this way. If it's what you believe it to be, judging on what feedback you've got from your fleeting vision, you may be in the domain of a greater fiend.
Right. Yeah.
Which further evidence as you hear a cracking noise from below you.
Ah. Lovely.
The frost is beginning to crack. And in the cracks, you can
fantastic.
see what seems to be almost like a blurred shape, like a face, like grasping limbs. Each facet feeds into the next, just an endless spiral of vaguely humanoid shapes. It's as if this place was an enormous frozen lake of mud and corpses. You make eye contact with something, but you can't even tell what has eyes in there.
Alrighty.
Well, whatever it is, it probably needs to go.
You notice another unwelcome thing is that wherever once there were some of the spudkin and similar touching soil and being dragged, there's now nothing. Oh, sugar.
Okay, so even the dead are gone.
Even the enormous carcass of the mutant outside is dragged under the soil.
Great.
So it seems not everything made its way to
even
this
the
point.
hulking fiend outside the sun gazer is there a moment, and when you look back, there is just a weeping chasm in the soil.
Well, that's not good. That's quite disturbing.
You catch a glimpse in the southwest as the corpse of one of the dead spudkin is dragged over the parapet by something unseen. Even the enormous lesser fiend is that you catch the slightest glimpse of a horn disappearing beneath the soil. It's enormous, like the enormous antlers are snapped and bear scorch marks of something unseen.
I'll just call out generally to my surroundings and say, "It seems we are a threat to you. Do you fear?"
I'm going to look really tough while he's saying that.
Yes.
As you shout that, you hear on the wind echoing, "Do you fear? Do you fear? Do you fear? Do you fear? Do you fear? You fear? You fear? You fear?"
Fantastic. Gorian's just gonna stay stoic.
Baz smiles to himself and says, "Well, it seems we're in a realm of tricks."
Okay. Baz, I believe it is your turn.
Yes. Now, one thing I do need some specification on. So, the bishop doesn't get his powers from a god. It's more so from divinity and angels. Would I still be detached from that?
You are detached from it, but if you've got any uses of it left today, or anything like that, you have that. But things like converting spells into other ones, or effects that change into other ones, but you've got what you went into this conflict with. And as mentioned, extra planar spaces are not working.
All right. Yeah, so it's like holy light and stuff do still work.
Yes, but
Okay.
the efficacy may differ to
Yeah,
usual.
that makes sense. Oh, I guess first of all, I'll just swift action to make it so that everyone's damage within a 60-foot radius is now aligned to lawful good. Besides that, I think I'll just make roll perception to kind of orient myself, because we're in a different place now, technically. And Baz is kind of trying to get his bearings as to what the fuck is actually going on.
The entirety of what was once the abyssal sea beneath you, where the soil and groundwater being so flooded turned into an actual layer of the abyss, just due to the summoning taking place in the area, that is now frozen completely solid into an entire layer of Stygian ice. And something has seeped up from underneath it, like something burrowing up out of a glacier. And it is living. It is alive just beneath the surface, lurking like best describes like an orca whale underneath a layer of ice.
Right.
But you can you can see at the corner of your vision just these flitting feet, like thin, very angular, like shapes moving in amongst the ice.
All right. How is Faustus doing? Is he still present?
He is just about conscious. He seems to be on the. He seems to be on the verge of passing out, or as close to a demon really can.
Yeah.
To him, remaining here is like a crushing weight.
Yeah. I guess I'll just try knowledge religion to see if any of my, like, training has taught me anything about this. Like, if the Church's Guild has imparted any relevant knowledge for this kind of scenario. Or at least being, like, in the wrong plane.
Okay. There is a number of different signals one can make with a flare from the guilds. You can send messages of clear or safety or bring help quick. There is one specific combination that will not just as to bring in help, it will legitimately bring in the actual King's Guild, the actual knights. There's only a few scenarios that ever call for it. And unless those criteria are met, the flare gun will literally never even fire them. It will misfire automatically.
Right.
A greater demon manifesting is enough to trigger everyone on site is required by guild stricture to fire that flare specifically. The King's Flare, which is a bright kind of mix of gold and purple in coloration.
All right.
This is in as far as your user manual went for to joining the Church's Guild. This is the worst case scenario. Listing.
In case of everything going wrong, use the King's Flare. You are obligated by law. Okay, in that case, I know what I will do for my turn, which is to load up the flare gun and fire the flare if I am able to on my turn.
It'll take a turn to prep.
All right, then I'll prep it.
It's kind of an involved process because they didn't want it. If they just made it everything mixed together, any idiot who got the flare by mistake could have set it off.
Yeah, you probably have to get the order right as well.
Yeah.
For cartridges.
This is the proverbial, like, when you had to phone up the hospital to get the code for the defibrillator.
Yeah, I have to peel off like all the packaging and like the wax seals.
It legitimately takes a
Disable
sample
the
of your
safety
blood.
mechanisms.
Like, when you load this, a needle flips out in the trigger to take your blood to essentially DNA lock it, and so everyone
Yeah.
knows it was you.
That makes
So if you
sense.
use it frivolously.
They know who it was.
Frivolous use of the royal decree flare is grounds for immediate execution.
That makes
That is
sense.
the severity of the situation if it's misused. This is one of those situations in the handbook where it says maybe use 2.
Fair. Alright, I'll start loading up the flare gun and that'll be it for my turn.
Okay. Dotrak is in our bad. What is pretty beat up. I believe he's crippled from the waist down still. So he will just try and get his bearings and ready himself to defend himself. Eris.
Yes. Someone is next to me.
A capitalist has jumped out of Mr. Chubbs' hat.
Indeed, I have been summoned for
I
a
don't
time
have
of-
money.
Oh no, you
Oh.
don't owe me money.
Yippee!
By the way, I'll relate to the rest of the party that for all intents and purposes, the floor is lava. There's a demon in there. Try to avoid the soil and the ice.
How's Mr. Chubbs doing with all of this going on, actually?
Noted.
Bill. Bill.
Sorry, Penny, could you repeat that, please?
How's Mr. Chubbs doing with all of this?
He's hyperventilating. I'll put it this way, he's digging through the hat, looking for where the extra-dimensional space went that used to be in it. He was not expecting to lift up his hat and to disperse a entrepreneur onto the floor. He'll tell you that much for free.
That is terrifying. I will say.
Now, did I bring my my lovely ladies with me, or was that not a?
I'll leave that up to your discretion. Given the
Yeah.
situation, they may not wish to attend, but again, up to you.
I will probably have pulled them through.
Okay. I forget, did we give you a... I think we gave you a slot on the roster for it.
I just made one myself. I look like the cloaked man. It won't use my regular icon.
Oh, that's weird.
I have the 18 roll for initiative.
Okay, let's reorder things.
I
Okay.
believe it would be bad manners to try and summon something in here.
I'm going to make you a character sheet for your lovely assistants.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think I'd like to do a perception. There we go, perception. 29. Hello.
Yeah, sorry about this. It's being a
Mhm.
bit difficult with me.
Nice.
Oh, replace every moment. That's what it was. Okay, should I fix that? Okay, Eris. Anything in particular you'd like to do, given the circumstances?
I think. Oh god, I just realized all the ladies appeared. Baller.
Yes.
Since I saw everything else, kind of like just all the other creatures that were touching the floor disappear, Why did this not disappear?
As you look closely at the tree branch that sprung up from above the parapet there, all of the birds that once stood in it, their eyes gleaming with red light, they have been crushed to death in their roosts. There's nothing but broken bodies left.
Oh.
And they've been pierced onto branches and twig points to give them the illusion of being alive. But they reek of death.
I see.
It's a horrid ammonia chlorine smell. It seems to be pouring from the sky.
Would I be able to smell it with my water helmet on?
Yes.
Huh.
Chlorine will dissolve in water.
I would like to... Don't know what much else I can do besides just prepare spell. Don't know what, but I want to prepare spell.
Okay. Hang on, give me 1 second. I need to refresh my browser real fast because it's having a moment. It wouldn't be a session if it wasn't Roll20 spitting out its dummy and refusing to work. Shade, you're up.
Okay. So. All right. Let's take a gander here. So I have the ladies with me. How are they reacting? Are they fully functional? Are they falling apart? Do they seem to like does my magic maintain its potency in this area?
You can feel something trying to crawl out of them. There is something testing the boundaries of the magic that holds them in one piece, that gives them cohesion. And something is trying to claw its way through the pattern that holds them in coordination. It most resembles a pack of wild dogs trying to bite their way out of a ribcage.
Oh, now that is quite interesting. But the cage seems to be holding, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know.
But you can see things moving under their skin.
Okay.
Almost look like the trace of a fingertip.
Interesting as that is, I want to, as I said, I do practice the blood magics. And I want to understand the nature of whatever this thing is. Because I might have had a few brushes with it. Maybe, possibly.
Be a knowledge planes or religion, and I'll be altering the thresholds based upon what I know about your character's knowledges.
Fair enough. Let's go. Oh, come on. Oh, well.
And Mr. Chubb's aid. So it's right there. And it came from his hut.
Yes. Alright, so that was my knowledge check. I got a 7. Now...
you do have a reroll for this term because you were just stored in the hat that gives people enhanced intelligence.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do that one more time. It got worse.
Sorry.
You've never seen anything like this. This is way above your pay grade. Anyone encountering something of this threshold, you travel around a lot and you've gone up to a lot of mischief over your years, but anyone spotted even entertaining the idea of associating with something like this would be dragged out into the street and lynched to keep the settlement safe from what the church would do.
I see. Knowing that, I am going to now. Are there any NPCs that are not party members that are still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Victoros is a bit injured, but is largely intact. We got 2 remaining Spudkin. We've got Dotrak, who is crippled, but is still alive. And there is... Todd Hot would have been disappeared as well. And we do have Salome, who is, up till now, been on a rampage fueled by blood magic, but currently is clutching at her skull and completely wordlessly, like, screaming to the sky.
Same
All right.
girl.
So point me to the cripple
We Dotrak.
right there. Oh, that's
Yep.
convenient. I see that he is pretty much going to be worthless in battle. So I'm going to pick him up by the neck and bite him.
I got another fucking vampire.
And yeah, there's also Chancer, but he is holding on for dear life on the exterior of this window.
Yeah, if they're not fit for battle and I'm going to need all that I can, I am feasting upon him. He is he's going to be my buff for this encounter because I'm going to need everything apparently.
You're currently on the roof, but you can drop down here right beside him and get the drop on him.
Yep. So there I go.
His vision is dog shit, and he didn't know you were not even in the plane until just now.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and roll me a melee touch attack.
Melee touch attack. So melee, I believe this is yeah, there.
Yeah,
Right
basically
there.
whatever attack roll you got, that's the highest.
Oh, come on. I got a 6.
It unfortunately don't manage to get a grab on his armor. You try and lift him up to your teeth, and he is so insanely dense and heavy from all the armor and muscle that you don't have enough leverage to move him to your jaws. And he's so heavily armored face down that you can't get to him.
I'll just have to wait. I'll try again.
Okay, we move, and you've got a swift action left. Have you got anything that you'd like to do with that?
Take one more look at the soil to see if it can possibly be counterspelled.
But
If I
just at a
can't-
glance, you can tell right away this is a planar feature. This is something inherent to the domain you've been drawn into.
And there's no way I'm powerful enough to break it?
It's on this plane, it's not even considered magical. It's just an inherent part of the nature of this realm.
Got it. All right, that's it. That's all I need to know for the moment.
Okay. The Spudkin's turn. They are currently stunned. Comrade, the field is yours. Mark. How's he stepped out? Oh. Also, Aiden, you're muted if you don't know.
Give Mark a second.
Yeah, Mark will be able to. So, Aiden, I can hear you talking upstairs. I'm not sure if you know you're muted, and you're still on push to talk.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, I got it working now. There we go. Okay, do you want me to take my turn then?
Not yet. I could hear you upstairs, so I just thought to myself, you'd probably want to know before you turn.
Yeah, I know. I know because Mark's AFK.
Yeah,
So you wanna-
Yeah, apparently his
okay.
microphone stopped working, so he'll be back
Oh,
in a
shoot.
moment.
Oh, it's definitely a Tuesday night.
Truly, one of those nights.
Then, yeah, I'll hand it over to Aiden.
Yeah, I'm not really even sure what. I have no real idea of what to do.
You're
Same.
currently up
completely
here, I
honest.
believe. And your fancy armor suit.
Wait, is it? Hang on.
Those of you at home may recall that Neri got hold of a fancy belt made
There
of
we
two
go.
previous belts.
Yeah, but does that still work with the?
Really?
Yes, it's
Being-
it's not derived from divine might.
Oh,
Technically,
okay.
it is, but it's self-contained.
Okay. Well, like, again, I have no idea really what to do. And sorry, guys, I'm really sick, so like, if I'm a little out of it, or
Just
my
ask the
energy's lower than
almighty
normal, that's why.
GM, what would your character do?
Yeah, but
I would say
I mean, honestly,
think
just
of it this
help
way.
me with my low energy.
This is a turn of preparation. Basically, you got a turn of breathe,
Okay.
and you can feel it's
Okay.
about to really get messy.
Okay.
Just checking you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, you're a little muffled, but yeah.
Good. Well, apart from the muffled part, obviously.
Oh yeah, you're really like badly muffled.
If I've already got my armor on, and I think I got my crab hands out too on top of it, unless I can't use them together.
Yeah, you can use them together.
Okay. Then, that's all I need to prepare. Other than that,
Any buffs? Did you might have?
Your lobsters get matching suits.
oh hell yeah,
The little diamond lobsters now.
diamond lobster hands.
Opulence.
I can't think of anything else for me to do then. I mean, no, I can't really think of anything.
The only real threat beside you is Salome, who is currently clutching a skull and screaming. To the
I
point where she
mean,
has
I guess-
screamed her voice to shreds.
If anything, you can maybe prepare an action to, like, I don't know, duck out of the way if something tries to attack you, or like.
Oh yeah, sure.
Counterattack.
I've got superior reflexes, which I think that doesn't even count for this, though, does it? What you're proposing?
I think superior reflexes. I'm not sure about that one, but
Uh,
you can always, if all else fails, you can at least take a total defense.
I was gonna like boot that woman on my turn, but Aiden, you're standing next to me. Do you want to like double boot her into the floor?
sure.
Like lava.
Wait a minute, where am I?
I'm sure. Don't we
I'm
get
in
some
the
kind
wrong
of
Down here.
Yeah, down
combined
here.
right.
camp or something? Don't we?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we could
Memory.
like hide under the floorboards or something. Do a snag attack.
So you're currently, I believe, on like a
Yeah.
platform made from floating stone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do
So
a
if
double
you
drop.
boot her now, she's gonna go right down into that fucking horror show of mirrors and ice down there.
Hmm.
I'll put it this way: that mutant that gave you all such trouble got ripped apart and devoured, and literally so fast you could not even perceive it.
Yeah. Probably not a good idea then.
The floor is not lava. Lava is slow.
Right. Well. I
But
got
we're
burned pretty
playing
quick though.
floor is lava. Don't step on the floor. Please.
No. Yeah, I guess that's all then.
Okay. Comrade, field is yours.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna drop kick that bitch into the floor.
Aiden, would you like to aid on this one? Seeing as you're in the same area?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Here
Both
we
of you on me
go.
attack rolls, please.
Do do do. I'm gonna.
Okay. Both of you go for a in unison, go from trying to take in the situation
Stop.
around, and you hear the scream behind you, and without even looking, the pair of you both kind of pump kick backwards and catch Salome here in the chest and send her careening off of the platform.
High five.
Yeah, high five.
Hey, remember that pole arm? That was at just the right height,
Mm-hmm.
just the right place.
And it's dancing as well, I believe.
It can you can make an attack opportunity with it.
Yes. Kill. I don't know what to roll for it though. Well, let me
Just checking.
It's like it's just like
Oh no, I
maybe
do
you're
have
running
a
off
thing.
int.
No, I actually
you
have
have it
I have things for it. Hold on. No, I don't know what the DC 12 means. Maybe because it's the Elven Branch Spear. But because it's an attack of opportunity, you get an additional...
Oh, I think because you made it out of some fancy iron that poisoned people.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Morgoth Iron.
I've had a
against the
terrible...
Sanguimancer.
I've had a terrible roll. For +8.
Yeah, unfortunately that one will glance off of the vague arrangement of bloody plates that coats her body in a fairly robust suit of armour. But it does make a nice pleasing shower of sparks as she hurtles down onto the ice. She's actually going to try and use the polearm to try and escape that fate. And actually grab hold of the polearm near the counterweight.
Oh.
She's holding on with her offhand, like grasping for dear life. She literally needed a nat 20 and she actually rolled it. Oh well, at least it's being rolled on that and not on an attack roll versus you guys.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind, Penny, you're a magus. You can cast spells through the polearm using like spell attack.
I can't do that. Why did no one tell me before?
Spellblade, I believe.
Bruh, I told you this a long time ago.
Yeah, congratulations. It was a long time ago. You know my
Oh, bro, I'm
brain.
not your fucking notification.
Huh?
So, do you have the action to like?
I mean, I only did a perception
cast a
check.
spell? Oh,
And
yeah.
I
Then
think I tried preparing a spell.
Yes, you did. You may cast what you wish.
Oh. Is
So I didn't have
Baz
any
in
issue
the
with
way?
No,
Okay.
she's holding
No,
on to
way
the
up.
weapon. She is in contact with it.
Okay.
believe she's like 20 foot down below, relative to my position.
Hold on, let me check this one spell. I'm gonna use Frigid Touch through the spear, because she's holding on to it anyway.
Yes. Roll your damage. It auto hits.
Well, it's
Point blank
46 cold damage.
Roll away.
Can I make it stronger?
If you have the means to.
Don't believe so. Okay. Damn. Okay, 7. And it causes the target to be staggered for 1 round as well.
You fail the save.
Does an auto hit mean a critical hit?
No, it's an auto hit.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. Her grasp slips as her hand turns numb from the cold, and she falls down onto the soil below. Where she impacts, the entirety of the surface of the ice like cracks and spiderwebs out from her. And she has just enough time for her eyes to widen in terror right before the entirety of the ice around her folds around her in like a bear trap of grasping hands, and she's pulled underneath the surface. disappearing from view. Whatever grabbed her dragged her down so deep that it is impossible to perceive her.
Don't hit your head on the way down.
That does, however, give you a piece of information that is, even if whatever grabs you doesn't kill you, the pressure change alone would crush you into a cube the size of a fist. Because she's within half of a blink of an eye, she's completely gone from view.
It's like those underwater pressure things with
Oh,
crabs.
yeah. It's like abyssal level pressure.
This is below abyssal, this is Hadar.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, for those at home who don't know, Hadar is the level below abyssal water.
Is it like this in players chat?
Yeah,
Just
the crab
faster.
Yeah, very much like that, but quicker than instantaneously. So, comrade, you have a move action, swift action left.
I'm just gonna like do some air karate and bask in the glory of my victory over that person. Who
There's something about
wanna-
emoting over someone who just died in the most horrible way possible.
just
Just Fortnite dance.
Him, that Virtua Fighter 4, like, victory screen dance.
that's it, that kind of vibe. Yeah. And you know, it's also warming up for the next round. It's not entirely for show.
Comrades dancing during those Chinese work safety videos.
You know, it's great when your dance videos have a live leak logo. Be that as it may. Baz, it is your turn.
All right. I'd like to do the thing. I'd like to use my armor's ability to like not disturb the surface of anything I walk on. You know,
Okay.
in case it comes up. Furthermore, yeah, I'm gonna shoot that flare. Anything that I should keep in mind when firing the flare?
No, the Royal Decree Flare it's about as heavily magical as a flare can really be. Mixing together the reagents does not actually make the flare. Rather, it transmutes the ingredients on the spot into the flare.
All right.
It actually won't. It will not work in an anti-magic field. That is how precisely made this stuff is. But just fire into the sky, it'll punch through whatever.
Excellent.
As you raise the pistol skyward, you let loose the flare, which has this like brilliant mix of gold and purple that hurtles into the sky. And seems to go up and up and up. It just keeps going. Eventually, it's like a dying star, it winks out of existence. At least out of view.
All right. Could I roll knowledge planes to see if I notice anything distinct changing
No.
or like anything about the environment reacting to it? Or whether it just went off into infinite space or like weird non-Euclidean space?
There is
30.
a non-Euclidean fold in space about essentially as the where the sky begins above you. This is a sort of firmament of non-Euclidean space that twists the projectile's trajectory. Something extraordinarily large and powerful is about 100 feet in the air above you.
Right.
Is there's it's not
Hmm.
simply the fact that the sky is black. The creature, whatever it is so large it is the sky in this plane.
Right. Now, Baz's senses, having never seen something like this, feels like there might be some trickery afoot. So I'm going to attempt a will save to disbelieve my environment. As a skeptic, I'm going to disbelieve what I see. Or make an attempt.
Okay. You close your eyes for a moment and scrunch them up as tight as they'll go. And when you open your eyes, for a millisecond, there was something directly in front of your face. In between the sparkling stars and your vision from your scrunched up retinas. It's a crushing weight from all around you. There is an illusion afoot, but the illusion is not the creature. The illusion is what was brought with you. Whatever this thing is, it's calling around every facet of substance in this plane.
Right. Huh. Well, having fired my flare, I may as well do a bit of experimenting, because we're in a very different place, so we might as well try and have some understanding of what the hell's going on.
With the flare, I'm going to rule it was a full round action from last turn, so
Okay.
now it's gone off. You've got a full round of actions now.
Okay.
Looks like summoning.
In that case, I guess as a free action, I'm just gonna drop a sun rod, like activate it and just drop it on the ground and just kind of see what happens. I kind of want to know how the environment will react to things.
There is a moment, and then all that remains is a smattering of glowing golden liquid and 3 large rents in the ice. And between blinks of your eyes, you look down, and an unseen hand, has rubbed itself into the glowing gold of the sunrod fluid, and just traced this long crescent line across the ice. It's like someone drawing a smile in sunlight across a if you're familiar with Goya's Black Period, like when they do the paintings of grease paint on glass.
Oh.
It's like someone painting sunlight across a blackened mirror.
Okay, trying one of my next tricks. I'm not sure if it'll do anything, but I'm gonna retrieve a small hand mirror from one of my pouches and just look into it and kind of use it to try and get a bearing on my environment to see if anything looks different through the reflective surface.
As you reach for the mirror, you feel a fingertip trace against the naked skin of your hand. Underneath the gauntlet, underneath the glove, underneath the layers of padding. Just a very light, cold fingertip traced across your skin.
Right.
Looking down at the mirror, it is completely frosted over and opaque. Well, translucent, I suppose.
Could I try and roll sense motive to see if it's just toying with Baz or like trying to prevent him from doing stuff actively?
It feels like you're being toyed with.
All right. In that case, grab a hold of the cold iron nail.
Okay. Anything particular you'd like to do with it, or just keep it to hand?
Instead, I'll get out my good old cold iron poleaxe because I realized I have one. And I'll just gently sort of rake it across the surface of the mirror, like the edge, to see if it reacts in a particular way.
Before the mirror is rendered down into fragments of glass, you can see across the surface of your cold iron pole there are just deep gouges in the surface of the metal. Something has lashed out with such ferocity and speed that it's gouged lines. It is as if some titanic, like, panther has just clawed its way through the metal. I get to use my fancy dice for this encounter. Unfortunately, the mirror is now nothing but splinters, even if it was metal.
All right.
Whatever cut it, it was as if it was torn up like a playing card.
In that case, I think all I have left to do for now is swift action, just imbue myself with holy light, and prepare an action to counterattack.
Okay. Time for Dothrak at all. Dothrak is too concussed to really do much, but he's going to try and lever himself to his feet with his Tetsubo. Or just heavy mace, as the case may be. Chancer is going to drag himself up onto the roof. And just about make it, he's got a good check. Though he probably was not expecting to be met with an entourage of, well, your entourage. And as for, well, not to worry about Salome now. She's now past tense. Okay, just the sky's turn now. Oh, 1 second, I'm just being messaged.
That was probably me. I was just saying I was back.
No, it's someone else. Someone on your server.
Oh. Somehow I've managed to lose my vape, like, in the course of 5 minutes.
No, I'll come grab it in a second, mate. We'll have a...
No, don't worry about it. Don't
laboratory
worry.
break.
No, it's me being fucking so stupid.
Well, your new one should be up there anyway. Try that.
Try it out, man.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot Victoros. Victoros will actually lever himself up onto his feet with his pole arm as well. Though he's looking a bit worse for wear, Eris, if you'd like to roll any kind of checks.
Yes.
And I believe he's up on the roof at the minute, but you would... Gorian, you would be able to see him from where you are.
Would I be able to use heal or herbalism?
Yeah, that'd be ideal. Both would be ideal.
Can I roll both?
Yes.
Okay, here is heal first. Then here is herbalism.
As Victoros lifts himself up onto his feet, it is very clear that he was badly injured in his fight earlier. He's got large, like, chunks of flesh, it's like a cookie cutter wound. It's like someone taken a
Oh,
say,
like those
piece,
shards.
a round piece of metal, and yeah, it's like someone has taken a perfectly round chunk out of several pieces of it.
Hmm.
And there's sections of exposed muscle.
Ooh.
His skin is also turned a very unhealthy-looking greenish tone in places. You get a feeling that he might be suffering from the early stages of sepsis.
Hmm.
He was fighting a creature that was significantly closer to the rot than the rest of you were.
With the herbalism and heal roll, would I know if my salves would be of any help, or would that require higher? Or
That'd help a little bit, but it will. Anything you could throw an entire med kit at this guy, and all of them would be put to use, but it would barely touch the sides. He's got so many myriad different wounds, injuries, and infections that you would expect these kind of injuries from someone who has been like rolling around in broken glass inside a septic tank.
Hmm.
He's very badly mauled, and if he's got no broken bones, it's a miracle. But he's still managing to make his way to his feet. And that glaive of his is still maintaining cohesion despite being a blood construct.
Hmm.
But he's just going to ready his action to defend anyone on the roof who gets attacked. Finally, the sky's done. A spiderweb of cracks in the ice beneath all of you begins to race across the surface, encircling almost the entire encampment. Then, from just above, in amongst the winding limbs of winding ivory limbs in the sky, something coils down like a tendril of singular shade and coils its way down into the ice just outside the fortress. And as the tendril withdraws, it fishes out from that Stygian muck what appears to be a twisted form of corpse. Appears to be either a corpse or a suit of armor or something along those lines, and where a head would be is simply a mass of tendrils coiling upwards into the heavens above.
Oof.
And it's tendrils of like plant life,
No, it's pure shadow.
pure shadow.
It's got
Okay.
somewhat.
Mm.
It's got a strange substance to it as well. It does appear as depicted somewhat biological.
Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
This is some form of shadow stuff by any chance?
You doubt it's going to be anything that mundane, I'm afraid.
Right.
But you see other places dotted around the camp where it's doing the exact same thing.
Oh, there's several. Oh god.
A long, kind of tenebrous proboscis hurtles down and digs these armored creatures out of the frozen soil.
Lovely. Just lovely.
And they don't move like people do. People have rhyme and reason. They need, action, reaction in order to move. These, they simply drift, as if they were pulled by the tendril that makes up their skulls.
Oh, that's not fun.
And they
And
move
these
with a
things are able
lot
to,
of ease.
and they're capable of just walking on the ground.
Oh yeah, and wherever they meet a obstacle, any kind of verticality, they simply walk up it like a goat. It's
Yeah.
completely effortless to them because by the looks of things, all of their weight is held by the tendril.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah,
Hmm. Okay.
Can I do a perception
no
check
time.
since they just appeared?
Yes.
Very cool.
could I roll some knowledge on those things?
You may.
I'd like to roll knowledge martial.
This armor is from all over the place. There's armor from all the way back from the pre-Bronze Age, all the way up to what you're seeing brand new from forges today, and stuff that is bewildering and strange to you. You're not sure if they're from a culture other than yours, or if they're just from a time that hasn't happened yet.
Hmm.
I'm going to roll Arcana on the tendrils. See if I have any knowledge whatsoever on that phenomenon.
Right.
19.
The creatures aren't really creatures as much as they are motes of the plane itself, puppeteering armor and corpse. The will
That
of
was-
this realm the realm itself is violating and desecrating these corpses to use puppets.
And do I know anything of the nature of the realm itself? Like, am I aware of anything that would do this kind of action, this strategy?
Your guess is that this you would normally expect, given the proximity to summoning, this would be somewhere in the abyss. But everything you've seen, this is something from Abaddon. This is demoniac in nature. This is somewhere outside the realms of death.
Okay. All right. What you're saying is there's a chance.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. All right. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna slurp whenever. I'm gonna try and slurp again.
Got Eris first, and we'll get such check thereafter.
Yes.
Eris,
Yes.
field is yours.
Since I do have some magic spells that have to do with shadows, do I recognize it as something similar?
The substance is similar to shadow stuff, but only in like some cursory matters. Like it behaves similar to how beer and water behave the same. There's some clear differences.
Well, I'm just gonna try one thing, and I'm gonna use one of Sir Ironwood's arrows and shoot at one of them to try and entangle it.
Okay. Roll away.
Da-da-da-da. That would be our ranged attack bonus, right?
Yes, please.
List of things from the bow. It is within In 30 feet. Does this mean in 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay, so we get... this. 27.
Yeah, you hit it handily.
Yippee. So first it'll do the entangle thing. Means I'm 1 damage from Sir Ironwood arrows.
Oh, don't worry, because of what you shot them with, this actually has a special interaction.
Ooh.
As the vines coil out from the arrow, the suit of armor seems to twist, as if it's almost reacting like a person does, like it was mortally wounded. And it reaches up with its gauntlets and tears at its own face-like tendril. Where the arrow splays out into vines, they're twisting in amongst the tendril, and you can see that it's like muscle burning next to a fire. You can see the fibers one by one, like twist up and snap.
The shadow fibers or plant fibers?
The shadow fibers are snapping.
Ah, okay.
This one here is on its knees, clawing at itself. It
But
actually falls off of the pillar and crashes through the little wooden arrangement used for tanning hides.
Nice. Would I still have to roll my damage?
Yes, you may.
Oh yeah, in case it's relevant, all attacks are lawful good aligned.
Okay.
12 damage. And then entangle as well. As well as anything else that happens with it.
The roots seem to glow with a dim blue light as they coil up through the tendril makes at the creature's head. And as it does, if it was a person, you would swear that the creature was vomiting up its own blood. That the roots had been driven up through its torso, up its throat, and was pushing out its organs. But all you can see is these snapping tendrils. Why it's giving you this mental impression, you're not sure.
It just means so that it works.
And as you're watching it, everything in it, there's no hands, there's no flesh. It just gives this bizarre mental impression of them.
Is it like replaying a memory?
No, it's like something trying to mimic what a person is. But whatever is trying to mimic them hasn't even heard what a creature is. Doesn't know what an animal or even a vegetable is. It's so far removed from reality, it doesn't even know what those things are. It's only heard about them.
Could I roll sense motive to see if it's trying to get empathy?
You may.
Could you even understand any kind of... It seems
14.
so foreign.
You're not sure what it's doing, but it doesn't seem to be by choice. It seems to be some kind of inherent trait amongst it. But it clearly doesn't need to do these things, or it doesn't biologically need to do these things.
But it's still doing it.
It's
There's
still doing
a reason.
reflexively.
Okay.
So do any of the bits of tendril fall off?
They don't seem to be falling off, but the fibers are snapping, and the end that's within the armor is hanging loose and slack.
So it's getting disconnected. No?
Yes. Think of it like a cable that's half sawn through.
So I'm just wondering, like, if any bits of the tendrils or like cabling do fall off, if they just dissipate or if they remain.
Do they hang in the sky?
They seem to burble out a steady stream of thick, viscous, and slightly lumpy black fluid that twists of its own accord. Where that falls out of the carcass, it spatters onto the ice and sizzles and burns as if it were perhaps boiling latex.
When it sizzles and burns, does any of it remain?
It melts through the top layer of ice and sinks into the void below.
Okay.
And then you can actually watch as the ice, in a manner similar to interlacing fingers, closes itself back up again, leaving the jagged points of ice below.
Hmm.
So, Eris, you've got a move and a swift left.
Mm. Can I use my move to move the spear?
You may.
I
Oh.
just hurl it into this creature.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Oh heck. Would this be a ranged attack?
No, it runs on your melee attack bonus, but it
Okay.
uses your int instead of your physical stats. Also, Zalmez is on hand if you need someone to play Albert for you.
That would be cool, yes. So this would be a 5, and then that is... it would be very cool, Jalmish.
Yeah, I'll message him back.
Because I don't even know if Albert is in this area. It's a thing, but I would leave it up to you and Zalmus to decide if wanna.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's got to. I'll let Zalmez throw himself back down wherever he wishes.
Yeah, dog to dog thing. Okay, that would then be this. 31. Dash hit.
Welcome, Zalmez, voice of the dog.
Bork.
Work.
Hello. Bork, back to you too, sir.
Greetings.
Happy working. Alright,
Okay. Ooh, bloody hell.
31. Does this hit?
Mm.
Yes, it does.
Oh, I was
I'm
one
back.
off a 4 times thing. Damn.
Ooh,
Yeah, it crits out 19.
goodness me.
Yeah.
Okay, roll your damage, please.
Does it need to roll the save with the DC 12? Which causes dex damage, I believe.
No, unfortunately, it passed.
Damn. Alright. What a shame. I'll get him next time. 1d8 plus 9 because it is blunt-ish. 11 damage.
Okay, aiming for the plant-like tendril or the actual armor.
Plant-like tendril. Sever it.
Okay. You hook the blade into the tendril and just start wrenching away, carving through the fibers of that puppeteer the marionette. And the creature is just kind of wildly swinging that old rusty sword around, trying to fend off what it perceives as someone wielding a halberd, but doesn't seem to be able to find the halberd wielder himself. Seems to really be struggling with fighting your polearm. You might want to roll a knowledge check.
Okay.
As you may also roll martial.
Yep.
What knowledge? History?
Whichever you... Yeah, sure.
Because it does seem like they're acting on a sort of like instinctual basis of knights. And if 20.
Okay. That stance work is like classical squire training, but there's no like rhyme or reason behind it. It's like the tendril itself, it can activate the muscle memory, but it can't actually perceive you. It knows a glaive is attacking it, so it swings for where it its muscles would perceive the polearm used to be, where it would expect it.
But there isn't.
Because there's no wielder, you get the feeling that he can't see you. And Baz, you can tell, yeah, it can't see the glaive properly because it doesn't have a wielder.
Right.
Hmm.
Could I roll planes on that as well to see if this
Yeah.
has any broader implications?
Or what?
All right. 31.
Whatever this creature is, because it does not appear to have regular sight. It seems to be seeing people. Perhaps it's most likely via their life force.
Right. It sees the soul or something along those lines.
Yeah. You notice it's not gone after. It's grabbed a couple carcasses, but despite the fact that Dotrak is directly above a gap in the floorboards and has been this entire time, he's not been attacked. He's a dwarf. He doesn't have a soul in the traditional sense.
Ah.
This is a spiritual being of some kind.
Elves least affected.
Elf could walk across the surface of this ice no problem whatsoever and be completely unharmed.
Do skinwalkers
it does not have a soul.
souls?
Yes, they do,
Oh,
but they have
fuck.
two.
Damn it.
You have the part of your soul that is humanoid, and the part of your soul that is like whatever lycanthrope or therianthrope breed you happen to be.
This is
In
good
fact-
to know.
In fact, Eris has 3 because of the god bones.
Do I confuse the creatures?
It hasn't noted the nature of your skeleton just yet, but when it gets a good look at you, you get the feeling it might not be very impressed.
Damn.
So you've still got a swift action left.
I would maybe say have Albert get in on the action, which I think Zalmus said that you can place him.
So put them next to you because it's easy.
Alright. As Zalmus would do. I have a swift I can aid, I think. Zalmus. Please.
Can't see.
Oh. Hold on, I can screen share.
Fucking thing. Hang on.
Oh no, I can screen share. There you go. Anything you need to measure, let me know.
Okay, is there anything hostile near you?
We have one of the ones that is on the like
There you go.
creatures
Ah, there we go.
over there, Sean. I think you can see my
Alright. Yes.
where we've snapped a few tendrils. And it's like trying to claw at its own face currently. And it's on its knees and fell down the wood thing.
How high up is it, Bill?
It was about the same level as you, which is about 15 feet off the ground. And now it's plummeted down to like soil level.
Ah, it's ground level right now.
Yes.
Okay. Rawr. Yeah, Pooch is going to use its feeding grip and just start flailing around like a loose rabbit.
Careful
Okay,
about
what?
the ground.
Well, yeah, he has reach.
Okay, good.
Okay. 20. You know what? I'm gonna go full attack. Wait, no. Better yet. Let me double going to strike. Primal Fury Crushing Blow.
Okay. Fun fact to those at home, because of how Path of War was the female marauder, if you have less than a full bab, you count as having full bab because it counts as a natural attack.
23 hit.
Nice.
23 will hit.
All right. Okay, that's only a d6. All right. I have to admit, I haven't looked at this sheet in a good minute myself.
No worries.
Okay, let's see if this works. Alright. It is flat-footed for a round, and so I do have trip and grab. I wish. I'm assuming it's already tripped.
Yes, it's still prone. Feel free to roll your grapple.
Yeah. Continuing my trend of rolling shit.
It's just
So-
one of
It's an
those days.
Yeah. Being prone
It's
and
one of those days.
does sneak attack apply if you're prone?
I mean, does he have a head?
No, it has to deny dex, which I don't think prone... Actually, does prone do that? I think it does. Yeah, because it requires a dex... Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, and I'm assuming since we're in the butthole dimension, there is no sunlight.
Correct.
He has full concealment. Arr.
As you take hold of the creature, you don't feel like you're grabbing hold of an actual creature, like a person. It feels a lot more like you're grappling with a facet of something else. It feels more like an arm wrestling competition than an actual fight for your life.
Mm.
Hmm.
Does it have a scent?
Yes.
What does it smell like?
The odor is a heavy chemical smell.
Mm.
It's ammonia and chlorine. It's not
Uh,
the current of something else. It's some like a putrescent smell, like sepsis.
detect evil.
Extraordinarily.
Mm. Detect magic.
Extraordinarily.
Yeah, I can get away with that because these are constants.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so it's putting up a good amount of resistance.
Yes, it is. But you do have control of the grapple.
Okay. Since we're in a weird dimension, could I do a knowledge planes or arcana to see if I am still have my movement of plane shifting?
You can tell instantaneously you do not.
Okay.
This
That is
realm is
important.
This realm is sealed off from the prime material and from the other extraplanar realms.
Albert will telepathically relay that to Eris as best as his dumb dog brain can.
Don't worry, I have dumb dog brain too. I will understand.
Since it's in the grapple, am I able to reposition it all, or?
Yeah, you are. As long as you move with it within your reach, you may move where you wish because you have grab.
Okay, so yeah, dragging it into the grabbers.
Okay, let me just roll the opposed because this is movement. Okay, so whereabouts do you want it?
Basically into the ground where it looks like everyone is trying to avoid.
Okay.
If it starts getting environmental, break grapple, and that should be the dog.
Okay. Errors. Any other actions this turn?
I don't know if my swift has been used yet.
Nope.
Doo-doo-doo. I want to throw a salve at Taurus. Opened salve. So like splashes
Yeah,
on
sure,
him. Yes.
Where the healing poultice like impacts with the skin, you can see it sizzling with thin wisps of like horrible, noxious smoke.
Is that good or
coming from its
bad?
form. It's a bit of both. It's clearly like working on the wound, but it at the same time,
There's something else.
his body's fighting something else at the same time.
Am I still able to roll like the heal part of it?
Yes.
Okay. If I could find how much myself do. Oh, 1d8 plus 10. Here you go, Tara. 16 HP, I hope.
At first, it looks as if it's actually hurting him more than it's helping. You see him take 16 points of damage, and then heal 32 as the flesh reknits itself. But it's covered in this grotesque keloid scar that runs the entire length of his back. It's just these large blotches of raised scar tissue. He doesn't seem to even notice it. He's just standing completely stock still at the ready with that glaive. Unwavering. And with that, that'll be that turn. Gorian, field is yours.
All right. So again, I'm going to try and feed on what's his name, because Daddy needs buffs, and he did stand up last I checked, correct?
He's trying to bring himself to his feet, but he still counts as prone.
And his neck is slightly more exposed.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. We're gonna
He's
try this
standing up
again.
he's basically standing up into your mouth.
Ah, nice. Let's try this one more time. All right, that should be a little more helpful.
Yeah, you got an 11, that's enough.
All
I
right,
swear your attack roll should be a lot higher than that, but be
It
that as
should.
may. So I know roughly what your stats are, so I can crunch them off the top of my head. So I know that's higher than that.
yeah.
At least what the system says.
Okay.
As
So-
he leaves himself up, he like reaches up and like drags the Aventail and helmet from his head for a moment to give himself room to breathe, so the helm horror like fades away. He can get some oxygen into his lungs, and as he does, you grab him from behind and sink your teeth into his carotid artery.
And I have a nice little feat. What is it titled? Not bless. Oh, exsanguinate. So I can drain him faster, but I'm not. I'm just gonna take a sip. Just a nice little sip. Give myself a. I think it gives me like a +1 bonus to like armor saves or something. Makes me a little
Well,
more resilient.
As our good friend Dotrak here is a Durgar on regard, whatever bonuses you would normally get, double them.
Nice. All right, so I'm feeling pretty invigorated. Let me see. Is there anything else I can do on this turn since I have
You got a move and a swift.
a move and a swift? I'm not going to move just yet. I'm going to set him down gently and look around and try to get my bearings again of the battlefield. What is going on in total?
These creatures that seem to be puppeteered like suits of armor are slowly drifting in from outside in what used to be the forest.
Hmm.
The bells tolling above are a bad sign.
All right.
Anything that's not got, basically, if it's not got a name and it's and it's outside, it doesn't seem to be living for very long.
All right, that's fair enough. Goring is going to prepare by taking off his scarf. Now he has a scarf around his neck that's tied into a large Windsor, and so he's gently unwrapping it because it's actually made out of it's interwoven with copper. So he's going to start unraveling his bladed scarf because he's going to need help.
Okay.
And that's it. And my turn.
Any actions for your entourage?
No, they are still awaiting orders. Hang on, quick question. Is need to move that over. That guy next to the roof. Are they still on the ground or are they within striking distance?
This one's on the ground.
Okay, so that's not within striking distance just yet.
No, if your cohort were to jump down far, like 10 feet, they'd be on him.
Gorian knows better than to try and jump down onto this ground just yet. He's not taking that risk just yet.
Okay. On that note, Marionette's turns. First things first, we'll go for the one here. It will rather jarringly just kind of float up towards Baz. Baz, I believe, do you have a ready action?
I do to counterattack.
It's got this very strange loping gait as it moves, as if it's running up, as if it's jumping across the moon. It kind of lifts off from the ground and just lazily glides through the air towards you, sword in hand, but not quite readied. It moves like its namesake, like a marionette.
Yeah.
If you wish to make your attack.
Yep. Rather than attacking the marionette directly, I think I will attempt to sever. Oh wait, sever on self of CMB.
You just want to make an attack against it. It's about the size of a person, so
Yeah.
it won't even be a cold shot. It's massive. It's literally a pillar in the sky.
Cool. Yeah, I was about to say. All right. Let's see. Where's the old poleaxe? There it is.
Yeah, the defenses of the tether are not inherent to its size, but rather than just making sure you hit something important enough to do damage.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second to adjust my headset. There we go. Okay, 27. You bring the poleaxe across and dig it into the tendrils flowing out from the creature. And as you try and drag it backwards, could you roll me a strength check, please?
All right. Use power for this since it's quite a aggressive motion. All right. Power. There we go.
Your poleaxe hooks in, but gets lodged.
Well, fortunately for it, there's the secondary effect of the holy light, so... Baba Booey.
Zalmas, yes, your Spud Knight is the one here to the north of Docktrack.
So that is 58 points of damage.
There is a flash of muted white light as the mass of vine-like tendrils pouring out the creature sizzle, burn, and twist apart until the creature is hanging by just a thread. It looks at you and with that non-face of it, and as the last tether gives way and the carcass slumps to the ground, it has just enough time to bring up its sword and drive it down like it's trying to drive a post into the soil. What's your AC?
My current AC is... Let me check on my character sheet. What the hell? Not sure that's accurate. Okay, I'm gonna assume the one on my Roll20 sheet isn't accurate. So 24.
Will hit.
All right. Though I did have something cheeky in mind that I wanted to do as part of the prepared action, which is to make a 5-foot step back, because you can do that as part of a prepared action apparently, which is kind of great.
That's fucked.
Yeah. This is like base rules.
That's fucked.
Yeah,
Especially
I know.
'cause it says
This
free
makes
actions,
prepared
part of any
actions.
other.
Yeah, this makes prepared actions one of the most powerful things you can do.
Why isn't Counterpunch more popular? Jesus.
This is almost no one realizes this, but yeah, it's
It was
incredibly
like everyone
strong.
realized it was heinous. You can use really disgusting like zoning shit with polearm builds.
Way exactly.
I think, given the circumstances that it's literally like being as you're like mauling with the polearm, it's like something but it'll be I'll improve your AC for it.
All right.
However, that still unfortunately will hit.
No problem.
That'll be 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And 2 points of vile damage, which can only be cured if it's uncursed first.
Okay. I do have temp HP, so does the vile damage just...
Vile damage goes straight through it.
Alright.
And it goes straight to the regular hit points.
Alright, I presume that also goes through DR.
Yes, that will. The regular 10 points of damage, DR applies normally. It is considered magical, evil.
Yep. In that case, it's... Take 2 points of damage from the vile damage, and the rest is absorbed by the armor.
There is a horrific shower of greenish off-colored sparks as the blade skids past your armor and just catches the tiniest amount of flesh exposed at the bottom of one of the pauldrons, and you can just feel this cold lance of pain across your chest.
Well, felt better.
The one that's grappled will try and regain the control. And will fail. And the ones to the south will move up. Those of you nearing Comrade catch a glimpse of this creature as it floats up towards you, hanging in midair. It's going to prioritize. Let's see the round roll. It will favor Comrade.
Oh.
Comrade, what's your main weapon at the moment?
The hammer and sickle combo, mostly sickle.
Okay. What's your CMD?
The 21.
Okay. Unfortunately, what's it say? Damn, this dice is doing well. Okay. As it floats towards you, it will, with a surprising amount of savagery, lash out with its rusted longsword, and it will wrench your sickle out of your hand and send it sprawling down onto the ice below.
Hello.
Hmm.
There's so
Welcome
many
back.
dice on my screen. What did you do, Han?
Few
Bill,
attacks.
question. I need a refresher.
Yes, mate.
Like maneuvers do not count as a attack roll, correct?
They are considered attack rolls, but they're not attack equivalent actions.
Okay. So could I try Fear the Reaper counter?
Yeah, should be fun. Remind me on that one.
I use Intimidate to cause the attack to miss.
Oh yeah, that. I think that one unfortunately won't work. I'll let you know that these creatures are not quite cognizant. They can't really be intimidated in any fashion.
Mm.
They're mindless.
I mean, if they're undead, I definitely bypass that that immunity.
They are not undead.
Okay.
This is against Comrade, right?
Yes.
I just remembered I have warning roll, which runs off of diplomacy.
And, Zamaz, I'm not gonna charge you the resources for that because you know from the spacing and such.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll just use attempt warning roll to like go.
Yeah.
Mark,
Far
or
away.
Comrade, watch out.
You actually managed to wrench your sickle out of the creature's grasp and keep hold of it. But that information relayed
Oh, nice.
amongst you all, could all of you roll knowledge checks? Whatever you think would be most appropriate. Whatever you got the best roll in.
What's the context? The creature's not being feared, or
Something you're trying to intuit from from everything that just transpired. Comrade, you have no idea where you are. You're lost.
religion?
Not counting this anymore. A lot of... Okay. You figured out what these creatures are. They're not creatures. You realized it when you saw Albert's attack and this fighting each other. They move the same way. These creatures aren't creatures. They are the fiend grip of another creature. They are a kind of supernaturally manifested, like, claw.
Hmm.
Does see invisibility do anything for that?
Oh, in that case, if you got seeing invisibility, you can follow the line of the tendril all the way up to the sky, and you can see something up above all the grasping limbs.
Bork, 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 bork. They have strings.
Cut the strings. Got it.
Yes, for those at home, if you've got a creature large enough, you can spec into like puppetry and use entire suits of armor like spike gauntlets, which lets you use fiendbound grip through them. Also works if you've got that feat that lets you detach your hand.
Good old carbuncle.
Yep. It means that your hand can be running around by itself, grappling people and draining them all their magic.
Does anyone besides Penny speak Celestial?
Do
No,
I
I don't.
speak Celestial?
No.
Thought you did.
I do.
Buckwile.
Sorry, I forget. I have like 8 languages, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew you had 1,000 languages. It was like, just assume.
I also have the
Albert
Bissell,
will
if this is worth anything for this place, actually.
Albert will follow the lines and try to see what it is and relay the info to Penny to disseminate to others.
Albert, for the very first time in his life, feels a twinge of fear.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, because he
My
doesn't
dog
have his
just saw God,
free
help.
card.
Yeah.
My dog's so gone and it's never been the same. Please help.
It's
The
never
dog,
been so
be
over.
not afraid because I am.
Above what you see that the others don't, everyone else sees the myriad of small human-sized limbs currently hanging from the sky, as if they had been nailed there by some kind of celestial serial killer. In this case, what you see is amongst them are enormous limbs, far too large to belong to any mortal creature, that are arranged in the sky in a bizarre pattern, seeming to put together a makeshift skull shape.
Lovely.
Do you have like emotional transference, or can you like give them a direct feed of what you see?
I'm not sure if we ever decided on that. I know specifically he can communicate through telepathy in
If he's got
Celestial.
If you got telepathy, then you can relate images.
Mm.
People don't know this. This is a case in 5e as well. Telepathy is really, really versatile. You can transfer things like pain. Like, you can let people experience the exact degree of pain, which is really fucked up, and something I abuse horribly in that 5e game I had on Thursdays.
Conferred depression.
Yeah, alright,
Okay.
so Albert will give this information to anyone who should probably have it.
Okay, in that case, I will let everyone else see what you see.
All right.
There's nothing.
Black grid.
Yeah. No, not the grid.
The gritty.
Nothing
He's
there.
hitting it.
He's hitting the gritty.
Sorry.
Zoom out.
I have zoomed out.
I am zoomed out all the way.
No.
It's just black for us.
It's just
Select it. Hang on. Dynamic lighting's been off.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
never want to talk with you
Oh no, we can
again.
see the UI grid. We're in a simulation.
Fuck. The fourth wall. No. Bill.
Oh, but I could do a lot worse than that to you. Why is it being such a bastard?
Yes, reality is a simulation, and Bill is your god.
You know, there could be worse fates.
Indeed.
Playing the tune.
There we go.
Oh,
Whoa.
That is cool. That is really cool art.
Nice.
If anyone has Yog-Sothothery, now is your time to shine.
Let me have a look.
Uh,
I
As everyone kind of squints at the blank section at the bottom of their sheet for weird skills.
all right. So,
I discovered the issue. I put it on the GM lab by mistake. Not
the
my finest
greater
moment.
demon is the patron of Gareth of the Labyrinth. Jareth of the Labyrinth.
Oh, it might be worse than that.
I forgot I have photosynthesis.
Yeah,
It does
This-
remind you of something, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Does- would
it's
psionics maybe work?
It's like the helping hand
far-fetched,
from
but-
Labyrinth plus the master from fucking Brawl.
Mm.
Yeah,
If
pretty
you've
much.
got- basically, welcome to roll it if you got it.
Question. I just have, in all caps, I am Providence. Would this apply? I don't know what it's for again.
What do I mean by this?
It's just, I am Providence in all caps. Help. And that is in my
Yeah.
description of all places.
We'll come back to that bit.
Oh,
We've got 20 minutes of the episode. We'll come back to that bit.
okay.
It's been 3 months. Give me a break. I've been extremely drunk in that time. I've given it up since. Listen, when I got the monkey off my back, it took some memories with it. Like everything that's happened
The
on
monkey's paw
like everything that's happened on the
closes.
Wednesday for the last 2 weeks.
The monkey's paw closes, and with it, it takes your thoughts. But it only leaves prayers.
Baz, this is a... The situation may have actually gotten worse.
Yay.
Excellent.
Because there's higher order fiends, and there are fiends who embody concepts, which are among the most dangerous and difficult to fight, for the simple reason that they operate outside the usual laws of physics.
It's a conceptual kind of hell.
Yes, very much so. Well,
Special
look
hell.
at this. Well, the sky is literally several giant hands forming into a fake face.
We're fighting a contemporary art piece. Got it.
No, with everyone
Oh,
rolling
we get
so
to dis-
well,
We get to destroy modern art? Yay. Sorry.
Fuck yeah.
CIA will be very upset with us. That we're fucking with their psyop that's just gotten out of control. Folks, I will
Kill
introduce.
modern art.
Welcome to what's going to be one of the final throwdowns of the season, which is well, I'll bring up its sheet for you because you're all just enough to know its name. Pareidolia.
What does that mean?
Oh, I know what that means. Oh,
Pareidolia is the
Go
human
ahead.
mind's ability to see faces and facets of humanity where there are none.
Fuck's
Right.
sake.
It's your brain fooling itself into seeing creatures and
Yeah.
things. Such as when you're walking through a forest and you keep seeing things at the corner of your vision.
That explains the description.
So, I gotta blow up my mind
Uh.
to defeat this.
No, the bigger
Damn.
issue is, well, I'll put it this way: knowledge. This is actually a knowledge of religion, Yog-Sothothery, or heal.
I can do heal.
I'll do religion.
This is quite a tricky one, so.
Oh.
Well, I shall put it plainly from what you mostly know hearsay. What you know is that if a demon that embodies a concept like this, changes to it tend to have knock-on effects on the world.
Mm.
You are tangling with what many would consider an elder evil.
Oh, joy.
And for that, now you've got you can tell the scale. Could you do me a favor, Han? Could you measure any span on this image for me, please?
Sure thing.
And make sure that's an accurate measurement.
Bug.
Got it.
Elbow to wrist, the creature is 37 kilometers across.
Oh my god. What?
It is the
How are we
entirety
even
of the
perceiving
sky.
it? Okay.
You're seeing it because, thanks to your hound, who has different eyesight to you
Yeah.
guys, not only can he see things better than you through invisibility, his eyes are considerably wider apart and at different angles to human beings. So it can see the whole thing at once. You got a panoramic view of the end of the world.
Yay.
And with that, actually, I'll take you back over to the main page just for the sake of ease. Creatures
So
like
I
this,
will blow up my own head.
to fight a creature like this, you need to take the fight to it on its own terms.
So play its game. And win.
Rather, don't think of this as a creature that can bleed. Think of it as a concept that can be injured.
Profession movie critic.
Try that. Stranger things have happened.
Is this
Just
where
wait till I
can-
finish my PhD dissertation on you, sir. You'll be done for.
If it was made of green M&Ms, it'd be the final form of Linkara.
Just wait until I finish my
God.
class in psychology of emotions. I'll get you. I don't know if that applies.
This
Yes.
will all fall apart because everyone involved can't spell pareidolia unless it's in front of them. Myself included.
I can. Hold on.
You misspelled it.
Fuck! I give up.
I'm gonna
He's gonna-
turn you into a conceptual model and kick your ass.
Okay, that information relayed. That one's failed its check. This one here will float up.
That procs.
And go ahead.
Let me double check the roll for that.
Nice question. How many fiend scripts can Albert actually manifest?
He has to release the grapple as soon as he chooses a new target, but he will then grab that target.
Okay.
Let's. Hopefully, I can roll anything above an 11. There we
Rolled it.
go!
Yippee!
Brr.
Yippee!
Let's go.
The idea of someone saying yippee as you just reach out with a big, like, phantasmal hand and crush its head where its head should be.
Yippee!
Good
It does make that
doggo.
cat yippee sound.
It does.
Yes.
It does remind me of that video of Kentucky Ballistics with the confetti shotgun.
Oh wow.
You Albert reaches out and quite simply takes a finger point of the middle finger of his fiend's grip, slips it down the front of the armor, grabs and just rips and peels the armor off it in one layer.
Remember, Albert's Fiend Grip is basically just like an extendo muzzle.
Oh, in that case, you just you reach out, grab it by
The
its
snoot.
entire torso,
Oh.
crunch down through the breastplate, and just rip it away.
Yeah, because that should be double
Hmm.
damage.
Oh, these creatures actually have a weakness to this specific specifically crits.
Do I need to roll for the trip and grab?
No, it literally rips apart in your grasp.
I do lose the grapple on the other one.
Yes. On that note, the other one will float up.
Question, Bill. These are all the same, or these are all controlled by the same entity, correct?
Technically speaking, yes.
Dark Mark.
The creature is now visible. Yeah, I forgot Fiendbound Marauder has its own variation of Aegis Mark. And it is called Dark
Yeah.
Mark. All the Path of War Expander was a bit edgy, okay?
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh no, I misheard. I misheard you, and I thought you said Narc Mark for some reason.
That is Dark Mark. That's like dodgy beard mirror universe, comrade.
So -4 to attack anything that isn't Albert, and 15% spell failure.
That's quite nasty.
I'm assuming that doesn't apply if you're using AoEs though.
No, spells can
No,
still fail.
I mean the -4.
Oh yeah, if I'm hitting you with a non-scatter AoE, yeah. This carcass will float up. And rather than swing at you with the sword, it just rears back. And there's this bizarre kind of... the entire tendril kind of flexes. A small gap opens up, and there's this blinding light that pours out. Could everyone on that rooftop roll me a will save, please?
Will save. Okay.
Of course, it has to be the dog's lowest save.
Oh, hang on. There we go.
Wait,
Oh,
everyone
Neri,
will
Well,
you're on the
twice
other.
really-
You're on the. Don't worry, Aiden. You're on the other rooftop. We're fighting the other one.
Okay.
That one just attacked
Either way,
Mark.
if it takes
Dog
me a minute
says,
to
"Fuck
respond,
you."
Roll20's being really slow and shitty, so.
God, Zama's just on a fucking tear. I can't wait for him to get into his
Wow.
other game that he's in and just die instantly.
Do
We
I
were
have to roll
dumpstering that
will
whole
too?
fucking game.
Do I have
Sorry,
to roll
Penny, what was
will?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah.
Okay. If you don't beat the DC 20,
Oh,
just mark, just put on your sheet, madness, pareidolia.
yeah.
Spelling.
I did learn how to
as this
spell it.
Eris, as the light pours over the area, you can see something moving at the corners of your vision.
With Moonstruck as well.
Yes,
Oh,
as this is not an effect. This
doesn't harm the eyes.
no.
Yikes.
Unfortunately, Victoris will fail quite catastrophically, and will be so blinded he slips off of the roof.
God damn it.
As he does, he like reflexively twists his polearm, and each end of the stave leaves him hanging over the ice below, with the blade over on this roof and the hilt, or the pommel rather, on this one. Before someone gives me shit, yes, he's using a guandao, so it does have a pommel. At this point, the bells are so loud you can't even hear him like cry out.
Mm.
Okay, that's his turn. The Potato Men's turn, who finally regain their senses and stand up.
Is my boy there?
Yes, here he is.
Remember, he still got that chair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Claim what is yours.
He will run. He'll move with a surprising amount of alacrity, and as he gets to here, underneath where Victorious is, he will actually jump, grab with the chair, unfolding it as he does. The 4 points of the chair hit downwards, and he is on top of it, and he reaches up, giving Victorious a place to leave himself downward. The chair is seemingly resistant to the effects of the ice.
Is he able to call for fire? Remember the
Yes.
original version of it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The narrow area is in, not the best place to be. He's more using it to try and get Victorious down first, and then on his next turn, hopefully, fire for effect.
Alright.
Is this Spudkin here will try and help up Dotrak. He seems to be completely oblivious to the person who's indulged in vampirism because he has no sight. And even if he did, he rolled so poorly in his perception, he wouldn't have seen it anyway. Neri, field is yours.
I mean, geez. Okay. Where am I in relation to this guy?
You are 5 feet to his northeast.
But I'm
Bill
saying,
check messages.
am I
Also,
on raised
I
elevation?
believe just in from
You're-
Captain for 20
I'm up
for
on the roof, right?
Irish, and 2
goodness.
from Mechanicus for Thank you for doing your Athena's duties. Very cool, both of you. Sorry for cutting you.
I guess I'll just try to attack it then.
Okie dokie. Roll away. And Captain, I will invigilate that next week because I need to try and figure out precisely what that means. Not just like what you sent me, but what the implications are. I actually had to crunch the numbers, so we've only got 10 minutes left.
And is it still like attached to the sky from?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna aim at the head, and I'm gonna try to block the head chakra.
Ooh. Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay. Do-do-do.
It's a touch attack, so that hits easily. And the second you block that chakra,
Mhm.
the armor crumbles to rust.
Oh shit.
And it discorporates. And the tendrils retract into the sky, as if it just touched a hot stove. In fact, some chunks of the tendril burn off.
Whoa, no way, okay.
The specific tendrils where you block the flow rot to nothingness nearly instantly.
Okay, hell yeah.
If you want to roll any knowledge checks, you may.
I have no idea other than I have history
Planes,
and
maybe?
local. That's about it, and ability.
Roll if you got it. And
It's
Badge,
for
you're close
everyone.
enough to see that.
Geography, just 'cause it's always the highest one.
If you got it, roll it.
Yeah.
And you are fighting a creature so large it could count as geography.
Huh?
You're fighting a creature so large it could count as geography, so that might actually come in handy.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
The creature is as a creature primarily based around a concept, the flow of chakra and the flow of its being are synonymous. If you block its chakra, it can't manifest in that place. An arm that's blocked will wither off.
Mm.
And especially its mannequins, which are ostensibly a fiend grip. If you block, it's as easy as blocking a hand chakra. And
Okay,
it will
cool.
it will destroy them immediately.
Hell yeah, well that's good. I don't know how much that'll help with the giant horrifying thing in the sky, but... I guess I'll try to relay that information to everybody else unless someone else figured it out. I don't know if anyone else has the ability to do that.
There's a few other abilities that work on similar means.
Okay. In that case, I think that's all I'll do then.
Wait, was it susceptible to anything? Sorry, my mic cut out for a moment.
If you basically disconnect its connection to the pareidolia.
Okay, just cut off tendrils, basically.
Yeah.
I think it's
severing,
energy.
breaking,
Yeah.
chakra blocking, anything that prevents the flow of the creature, because the creature it works in demonic it's got a demonic nature. It doesn't have veins like we do. It has just a singular flow of being. If you disrupt it, chakra and flesh are the same for it. So to block chakra is to sever the flesh.
Okay, so the sever combat maneuver is the way to go. Good to know.
And anything that blocks chakras, anything that drains life force, you can attack this thing and you can do substantial harm to the being itself.
Hmm.
And you get the
So
feeling
basically, using Akashic weapons, those weaknesses apply.
Yeah, very similarly. And
Get sundered, Lamau.
yeah, you're dealing with a creature that runs on when you get to pure strain demonic creatures, their substance works more like water than it does like flesh.
Ah.
You break the stream of it, it can't be there anymore. So anyway, any other actions? You've got move and swift left. And like 2 more attacks.
I do? What?
Actually, I think you're, because you used gentle touch, it's just the 1, so you got a move and a swift left.
Okay, let's see how far I'm away from... Okay. I don't know if it's even worth it, but I guess there's another one up there, so I guess I'll head and... No, I'll just stay right here for now. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna move until I know what's happening.
Okay.
Alright, that's it.
Maybe
Ooh.
prepare an action since you have your standard.
Use the standard to use gentle touch.
Yeah.
Never mind. Carry on.
Okay,
Yeah.
unfortunately, for some reason I skipped past Comrade there.
Yeah,
For
although
Comrade, you're up.
Comrade's having some microphone issues.
Okay.
No, I think it's resolved now. You can hear me, right?
Good.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're a tiny bit muffled,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it'll work.
Okay, so what I do want to do is try and negotiate with this guy through the concept of dance. Oh, it's not even good.
Oh, jeez.
You slip off the platform and fall onto this log processing rig. Basically, it's a carpenter's horse with 2 long pieces of ash wood on it. You smash into it, the clunk. I've just dropped the dice. You take 6 points of non-lethal as you impact. Your armor takes the brunt of it. But you're currently prone on top of it, and you can see things underneath you in the ice moving around, circling you like sharks.
Okay. Can I just stand back up?
Yeah.
Surely that can count as a swift stand up again.
Yeah, so just roll me another dash check. Yeah, you stand back up on top of the 2 tree boughs.
I'm actually doing the crane stance from Karate Kid.
You would look right at home amongst the log rollers who once worked here before the place went to literal hell.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Here you got a standard action left, I believe.
I'm good.
Okay.
No, just stay there.
Okay. Baz.
All right. Right. There's a couple of options. So, from what I remember from talking to the jailer, the thing that was underground nearby in the vicinity,
Yes.
we need a part of it to be able to trap it, and we now have its name, which is probably the most tangible thing we can get for the creature.
Well, that and that little chunk of burning tendril that's on the ground over there, when Neri tore it off.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to grab that then. So, okay. I remember last time I used the blue disc as a sundial with holy light to just burn a path directly to the jailer to have direct line of sight on it. And I remember completing that process.
Mhm.
Now, I know we've kind of shifted planes somewhat, but is there any way that I could maybe tear through the make some sort of connection to the material plane?
If
or
you're willing to burn through your remaining holy light uses, you can burn a hole which will be enough for someone on the outside of the domain to also breach through, if they're in the vicinity. Now, you know you do have allies in this area. You've got, and by the looks of things, from what you had related to you by Albert, the flare did make it. The King's Flare is also designed that if it finds itself on the if it reaches the horizon and it's not like properly, it's not had a received message, it will plane shift to the material plane. So it most likely the King's Guild knows what's going on now, or at least knows it's an emergency.
Very good. In that case, I'll use my fancy boots to just casually sort of slide down the stone, the herd stone, and I'll retrieve the chunk of flesh using my polearm. Just hook it.
Okay.
Grab it, and then I'm gonna tear a hole through space-time and just fucking fire my laser in the direction where I knew that the
I'm firing my laser.
Firing my laser,
go.
actually. Is the blue disc still there?
No, unfortunately, it was in the hand. I believe it was in the hands of the druid when he got time shifted.
Ah, okay.
So you notice he's down here. He's coming back in 2 turns.
Well, the silver lining is, Bill, he won't be very happy about the situation either.
Oh, he's gonna be fucking livid. It's gonna be great.
At the very least, he won't be a friend of the demon either. So that's
no.
If anything,
I'll put it this way: that little, if I were to make a relationship chart, that part of the chart you'd learn some new words.
Yeah.
There are slurs that only appear in Druidic. You can't write them down because they don't have a written language.
Start swearing at you in a different syntax.
It's like SpongeBob. It's the dolphin noises.
They're just like, yeah, just start saying slurs and thieves can't.
It's a slur that only dogs can hear.
I'm trying to think what thieves can't slurs would be like. There are definitely those because there's a lot of like.
There's gotta be.
It's like weird gang signs you're throwing out.
Bill,
It's like when that sitcom Porridge from Britain decided to use the term nerk to get around the censors, not realizing that nerk was also it was like an internal slur used by gay people.
It'd probably be a bit like Cogni insults, something along those lines.
Rhyming slang when you invent it so that you can swear at the police and they don't realize it.
Yeah.
I just love that Druidic slurs are literal dog whistles. That's brilliant.
For fuck's sake. Oh god, we're ending the session on that now.
Yeah, as I tear a hole through space and time.
Yeah, Zamas, you were cut off, now you're not anymore. But for the plane shift, technically it's not actually plane shift, it's more it's got a very specific ruling on it. It's technically a bit jammy. That's why the King's Guild use it.
It's like a weird space between.
Yeah, it's because I'll put it this way: because of the person who invented the flare system, even if it's dimensionally locked off from one another, if the cartridge fires, it still gets recorded. You don't need a direct wave between the two planes or any kind of communication between the two to know there's some magical entanglement bullshit at work.
I gotta read.
I'll put it this way.
I gotta read off Mechanicus's thing. I said get a slide whistle. You got a slur whistle.
Oh god! Now I'm just picturing people doing Roman salutes, but it just makes as it goes up. Oh, that's all taking a bleak turn. You brought
Actually,
some-
for the style points, I'll just put all the holy light in my hands and just physically rip a hole through reality.
And like that, planar stuff starts working again. But whatever you're doing, it better fit for a gap like the size of a keyhole. Because that's what you got.
It doesn't work. He didn't
It's
do the
something.
line.
Alright, can I use my shape-changing key on that hole?
We shall see.
Oh.
When we reconvene in a week's time, hopefully, touch wood. Hopefully, touch wood, hopefully it will be less than 3 fucking months this time.
Yippee, it'll
Yeah,
be
we
should be
6.
back to
normal.
Sorry, I'll not jinx it.
That's I'm very careful to make sure that there's timber in the area when I say things like this. It's like saying the Q word.
I'm not gonna.
Yes.
Right, folks, I hope everyone had at least an interesting evening.
Mhm.
As
Oh, I'm
I-
always having a good time when we're playing Drakengard music all evening.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
like
I'm
the
picked up on the fact that I just put closing on loop.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I like the bell chime thing. It's very nice.
They say it'll always be closing. We'll see if that's the case after another 3 hours of this song.
Oh, yeah, true.
I might punch up the music a little bit by next week. But I thought this was the most appropriate for because I wanted a nice
Sure.
like church bells note. I thought, hey, let's give some people some PTSD.
Yeah.
Yes.
From one of the most annoying boss fights of all time.
Until Dragon God 3 did it again and made it worse.
Oh, that's
I don't share generational trauma with
Yoko
you.
Taro for you.
A final boss that is suddenly a rhythm game that has no margin for error, and in the case of Dragon God 3, not only does it, the first one stops and you think it's over, and then it starts up again. Dragon God 3 stops, fades to black, and keeps going.
Yeah.
So if you're like me
Real
and you
dick
play
move.
games with like podcasts or music on in the background, you're fucked
Oh.
because you have to go purely on audio cues, and it better be like just frame perfect, or you're starting the section again, and it's a long boss fight.
It sure is. Yoko Taro is a just true sadist.
Dragon God 3 was just him being an asshole. I swear to God.
The one thing that calmed him down was making android butts.
Yep.
Yeah, and now he's doing another fucking stage play, so we need to find another thing to wean him off that.
Well, it's because people stopped paying him to whore out his characters.
So he
True.
didn't. He got to whore him out last year, and it's only February. He was doing it again this year.
Oh well.
You get to abuse
Anyway.
use my IPM enough this month that you've literally had 3 crossovers, you tit.
Well,
now I'm gonna
no.
starve.
No, I'm gonna starve.
Shut the fuck up, Yoko Taro.
Well,
Anyway,
guys,
I hope
thank
again.
you all
I hope
for
you've had a good
showing up.
time.
Yeah. And thank you all
Yes.
for showing up after such a long hiatus. But hopefully we'll be back to forms from now on.
If it wasn't for the Kino Nights, we'd be fucked. I swear. Anyway,
Right, guys, and yeah, and if we're ever not here on Tuesdays, we do over on the Discord, which is linked in the description. You can join the Discord for Rolling in the Isles, and we do. If we're not running the game, then we usually watch a movie or something, so we can just to hang out. This is the chill aspect of the Broken Crown community, or whatever you want to call it. Anywho,
Fuck those guys.
yeah, you better hope there's a game next week, because otherwise we're watching like as much of the Legend of the Galactic Heroes as we can find.
oh god,
Either
well,
that or I'll
Boring
bully you-
space Germans.
Either
Oh my
that or I'll
God.
bully you into watching Come and
considering I've had
See.
to abandon humanity's friend, I don't know if I want to watch Legend of Galactic Heroes. How can I abandon a friend?
Well, Aiden,
Well.
you can watch Come and See instead and watch a cow get machine gunned.
mean,
I
I've
keep
seen
forgetting
Legend of
that's in that
Galactic
film.
Heroes.
Yeah, they couldn't afford blanks.
It's always sunny in Belarus.
Oh my God.
Oof.
I think on this note we should probably say goodbye.
Oh.
I love for joining, folks. See you all in the
Bye-bye,
general
guys.
chat.
Take
See you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.